say games are played on the field, not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Nevada Wolfpack, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the SMU Mustangs. Get to it, baby! I'm Bruce Davis, Dave Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Mustangs have been waiting, and finally the moment is coming in the opening of the season. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Nevada's offense will go on the attack first. This guy has all of the battle scars. He's got all of the trust of this team, David, as he has been their leader, their warhorse throughout his career.
Yeah, and we've seen him. He's been very productive. He's proven his worth in college football, but now he's taking his talents to a new team. And now he's going to show them what he's about. Great opportunity to start off. Can he be the guy? Can he be the catalyst that takes this team to the next level?
He really is a guy you root for, too, I think, because he's waited his turn. He's found the right opportunity in the right situation. This is a guy everybody in the locker room absolutely loves. He has the ability to galvanize them and an opportunity to galvanize this fan base early in the season with a big game here right out of the gate.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Nevada will be forced to punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. So SMU's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go with me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes. And guys need to play well.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Guys, let's have a look at SMU. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and do something very early in the season.
There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
And you want to run the football, right? That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing them out.
The gap to the back. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Mustangs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. He's got 42 yards rushing. What a way to get this season started.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success in the early.
Quick strike through the air for the score. They strike first in that opening drive of the season. Could not have gone better. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get
athleticism, and this offense does a nice job moving this guy around, especially in this area of the field.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Catch in the middle, it strikes. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Nevada. The portal many times can give you a pretty good read on what's going on inside a program, and to lose the number of players that they did might be a little bit of a worrisome signal.
Well, I think the biggest thing is they lost some key guys, too. A handful of dudes, David, that really made a difference on this team a year ago. How can they replace that this season?
And that's what your job is as a coach, is to develop those guys behind them, supplement with the portals, and it's an ongoing hard task, but that's what these coaches have to do now.
And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26.
That's a third down the offense simply had to have there. You're obviously trailing early in this game. You're trying to generate some momentum. So third down, defense is playing zone. You just got to find the soft spot in coverage, make it easy on your quarterback. Those two guys able to link up.
Off the play fake on first down. He's looking deep. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest. And you can tell, just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
They're dealing with a second and long. They just keep firing. Finds his tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Nevada going quickly. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got a man in the middle. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going forward.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a quick return on the interception.
And I tell you what, defenses play zone. All eyes on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the play.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And the Mustangs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Steps to his left, out of the line. Does the short pass to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Running back searching for a hole. 20, he's got space. And he's sacked. And Hill has it. Touchdown, SMU.
And how about this offense? Man, they must have used fall camp perfectly. Coming out, firing on all cylinders, smooth, in a rhythm. Great start to the year by this offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. Fires left. He's got an open man. He's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. They'll run it from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
And off from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big... I mean, look at, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. And that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Going to swing it on second down. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
Well, you know the offense is going to come out trying to get this guy the football, right? He's their best receiver. He's their best receiving target. Great job on defense knocking that one down.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Nifty run there. Pick up of 6 out from the 25.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Give to the running back. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second to get this game rolling again. They've got a first down here to open the period. To the ground with the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
That gives him 54 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Got out of trouble throws. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. To the air, it's Griffin. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more bigger personnel in the field, some big guys that can stop the run. Played the run well. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
Well, you hear all the the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Trying to move the sticks on third down. They'll give it to the back. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on third down or
looking for the end zone. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Mustangs.
You always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well. Offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively they're giving up points. So it's not like we have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty damn quick.
Pulls and fires complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for him else.
They'll go to the ground. They'll stop him short of the line to gain. Stopped him just short of the 20 at the 19. It'll be 4th down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. The give to the back. Pass the 1st down line. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Fires to the wideout. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. He leaves it with the back. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
On the Houdini-like moves, get it to the 22.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up the short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
The Mustangs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Just feeds the running back. Got some room and SMU. And they had 6 more with a trip to the house.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout. It's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in They'll stop him at the 16. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse. And this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
They'll run play action. Finds the tight end. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Nevada will be forced to punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football in.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, you can turn that field. You saw that right there.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. That's reeled in, it's Brown. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Back to throw, it's Griffin. Get it out on the screen. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Mustang! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. Nevada set to kick off to start the 3rd quarter. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll open the second half with a run. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Oh, and with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him. And the Mustangs line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, give the defense credit on that one, because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Quickly completed. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 5th kick of the night. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And another broken tackle. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll try the run. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Right back to the run. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. The running back has it. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive going. And make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way. At least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have it.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
Wants to throw. It's Griffin. Intercepted. Big play. Takes it the other way. Bulldozes his way through. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Nevada.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And David, it's funny, I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
He wants to change this route. He'll try the toss to the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
He's right downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything they're dialing up is working.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Mustangs are moving quickly down the field.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on first down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game. Let him make something happen and set up second and short.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Oh, the attempt is no good. They blow the field goal. Something finally goes wrong. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Jackson will throw. Right in the middle, it's Robinson. We'll give him a couple on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Throws to the line. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Nevada comes to the line facing 3rd and long. Lost the throw again. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late.
And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
They'll leave it with him. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Mustangs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Moves his team. Got some room in under the goal line. And you'll whistle to the house. SMU.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. Decided to go for it, didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
Caught near the sticks. It's Robinson. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Jackson gonna throw it. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Now adjusting. Oh, he's got some space. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. You already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
Just a few yards. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24. He's got 99 yards rushing, and he's making sure the defense feels him in this opening game. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. You're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. And he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. And the Mustangs can really on this 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. Wrestled down at the 43 after getting 5.
A lot of times on 2nd down, you're thinking pass, especially 2nd maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the 1st down really easy.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting 1st down. So you have to be able to run.
And on 2nd down, a lot of times, I don't know why, you just, as a defense, you go to pass. You need big passing situations, passing downs. Really good job by the offense, committing to the run game, not abandoning it, not getting yourself in a 3rd down situation where you had to throw the football.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation covered. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.